So as you probably are noticing, I'm working here and there and everywhere, which is normal when we are working in a model. We don't concentrate in one thing and finish it up to the final point and then continue to the next thing. We are going here and there and everywhere. That's how it works. That's how we do the things. So what I'm thinking is, for the jacket, for the sleeves here, for the detail of the sleeves, I probably will wait until we have the pose to make those detail of the sleeves. Why? Because then I will apply the subdivisions. I will probably apply other things and then I will be able to do them just by hand. And for the pockets, we have pockets here. I will do them now. The pockets, I will do them now. How to do the pockets? The pockets will be just planes that I will place here. Or even we can take those planes here and make them as a pockets. Let's try that. So go to tab, select this with A. So now we are in edit mode. We select all the pixels here, all the things with A, and we shift D and move it down. So this will be our pockets. Of course, I will just G move them and G move them. I'm rotating and then G moving them. Now they are here, it's okay. Now I need to separate them from the eyebrows because they are one mesh now. So I'll press P on my keyboard or just right click and separate selection, or P selection, and then Alt Q to select them again. Then the idea here is that I want to select only the outer corner and delete the rest. I will press 3, select this one and control this one, and then I will control I to invert the selection, control I, and then press X faces to delete the faces. Why do I do that? Because then I want to go to my sculpt mode with control tab down and adjust those pockets. So the lower polygons we have, the better we'll be able to adjust it without too much wrapping of the mesh itself. So let's see if we'll be able to do this. We don't have too much polygons, so I think we'll be okay. Let's see what is happening here. I can even do it one by one. Just selecting vertices and G moving them in the position I want them, or moving them with the gizmo. With the gizmo is very nice to move them, but with G is a little bit more convenient because you can freely move them whatever you want with G. And that's usually nice. The other thing we can do is make sure we have snap, and then we can move this and it will snap. Let's try that, by the way. Snapping is something that we probably need to learn. It's fine. So let's go. Snap is here on the middle of the screen, on the top middle. It's snap. So we just turn on the snap and we go to this point here and we go to face project, for example, which is I don't know, but let's try that. So select this and G move it, and it should snap into position. It didn't snap. I'm rotating it, it didn't snap. So face project probably is not what we want. I already forget what exactly, but face project should be our thing. Move, rotate, scale, everything. So G, and it should, no, it's not. So let's try increment and G move it. Okay, G move it. I cannot G move it, it's very interesting. So I will try to move it. No, it didn't. Maybe it's snapping to some vertices. Vertices are snapping on themselves or something. Yeah, but face project should work. Yeah. So probably I just don't remember how this works. And those options here, a little bit strange. But let's try point by point to select them and move them. And I'm moving point by point, and now they are snapping, which is great. But we have to go to each point individually for it to snap. So I'm pressing G and moving each point absolutely individually, which can be a pain in the ass, especially if you have more points, but that's why we don't have more points. The problem is when we have more points. That's why I advise you to always have the simplest meshes possible for things like this, like eyebrows or teeth or something. Very simple meshes that you can adjust, and then you will fix it. Now, we have subdivision modifier, which we probably will need at some point, but now we don't exactly, so I will turn it off. But what we'll need is a solidify modifier. And the solidify modifier, I will increase the thickness of it, but it increases it inward. So let's try this offset to dial it up a little bit. Okay, Alt Z. And this offset allows us to offset the thickness a little bit. So now it's in, but also out. And it's too much in, by the way, we're seeing it here. So I will just dial it down a bit. But out, I think it's enough. And we can still move it along the object. By the way, when you have this snap, which is this icon here in the top middle, when you have it on, don't forget, when you finish with this, to turn it off, because it will be problematic if you don't turn it off. So I will turn it off, and now I want to make this yellow. How to do that? I will go to my sculpt mode, and I have to select a yellow object to get the color from it. So I go to my paintbrush first, this brush, paint, and I select this object, which is the shoes. Then press S, and now you see my color is yellow. So I go select with Alt Q the pockets, and I color them yellow. And now they are yellow. Amazing. Very nice. So we can select the jacket and make it such a certain color, but we don't need it for now. This can be done after we pose it. It should be easy. Now let's select the shirt, and let's try to make it certain colors like this. I will do this with masks, but first what I want to do, let me think. I'm thinking now. So we have subdivisions. I will apply those subdivisions of the shirt. Now we have applied the subdivisions of the shirt, and I don't know if they will be enough, but let's look at it from the front view. So I will press the button above the tab and go to the front, and then zoom in and see. So we need to have the whole thing like a pinkish color, and then 1, 2, 3 big stripes. So first I will make the whole thing this pinkish color. So let's try to select this pinkish color. Yeah, this one should work. Let's drag it, and yeah, I think this color will be fine. And then let's try to add with Control Tab, not Control Tab, Control Shift, I'm adding those stripes. Let's see. I'm rotating now, and that's not good, but yeah, I found it. Now, it doesn't look very, very cool. I might need to fix it. So I will press M to go to mask and start fixing those masks. That's why we're doing it with masks, because with the mask it's easier to just fix the mask, and then I will invert it and fill it with a certain color, or even better, I will show you how we will do it. So make sure those stripes are not very big, not very small. They should be pretty big, as I'm doing them. Because if you make them very small, it will not be that cartoony. If you make them a lot, like I'm doing them here, there are like 3 of them. If you make them more, like 5 or 6, it will start to get very small detail, which is not good. And also, by the way, what I'm thinking now is, since I will be 3D printing this, these stripes will not be visible in the 3D print, which is not a very good thing, but yeah, I don't want to make them as a separate mesh and push them out, so I will just risk it. It's okay for me. So what I want to do now is I want to invert the mask, so I press A and invert mask. A is the shortcut to invert mask. Then I will just press a little bit more masking here. Okay, I think it's good. Now I've inverted the mask, and this portion here I want to make it, let me just Alt H or Control H. No, it doesn't matter. I wanted to hide the mask, but I don't know how exactly. Is this a way here? No. So whatever, it doesn't matter. Now we can darken those areas with this color filter that I showed you the last video. So the color filter is here. This is our color filter, a brush. And now it's not exactly brush, because we don't brush on the object, we just drag. But now is hue. We don't need hue, we need, let's say, value. So we change here on the top left, we change to value, and then we drag and nothing happens. So I dragged and nothing happens, which is strange. It should happen something with the value. Okay, let's try brightness. Yeah, so we drag on one position for the brightness to go down, and then we might go to saturation and drag it also a little bit down. But I need this mask to go away, so what I will do is just click on the, here you can see my mouse where it is, the overlays. I just disable them, so the mask is gone and I can just work as intended. So I go to value also. Okay, the value now is, we're able to touch it, and it's fine. We don't see the mask itself, which is great, because now we can judge the colors by themselves. And this color is still not quite right, so I will go to hue also and just try to make it a little bit more different. A little bit different, not more different, but different. So this is kinda okay, but overall I will invert the mask, and now I want the hue of the shirt to be more bluish, or no, let's try saturation, a little bit more saturated probably. Yes. And brightness, less bright. Okay, let's go to, again, invert the mask, so A, invert mask. Now we're working on the dark areas. I will make them a little bit darker, but not so saturated probably. So less saturation or more saturation, and contrast. Yeah, I'm just trying here. Saturation, value, I'm just working with this. This is too yellowish, reddish. Let's go to hue and make it more blue if we can. We have blue, and then from blue we go to red, and that's when we kind of stop. But you see, it's starting to get a little bit awkward, but we'll fix it, it's not a problem. Now it's relatively what we want, so I will disable my mask by pressing A and clear mask, and now I can press S, select, oops, I can go to my brush first, press S to a certain color, and then just color with it. This way I can adjust those things. Yeah, as you see, it's a lot of manual work. The other way you can do it is by just exporting the mask like a mesh, and then coloring just the mesh. It will be a little bit less hustle probably, but I think this is kind of working. It's relatively fine. Yeah, I don't completely like the shirt, but probably with the blue of the thing here, it will happen. So let's leave this color here as we are, maybe a little bit brighter this color, and let's color the nose with it and the tongue. And also the mouth, inside of the mouth, I will make it darker. Maybe not exactly black, but definitely darker. So I will go to the head and control drag until I have a dark color. then I will S select it, and this color is not exactly black, it's kind of a dark gray, but I prefer it because I told you black is not a good thing to have. Never have absolute black. Dark gray is fine, black not fine. Okay, I will push this area out. And then we have it. So now we have almost all the colors, except for maybe the eyes. So the eyes will be the most difficult thing. But let's do them, because they are difficult and we have to do them. Now, in order to do the eyes, we have to select them. So Alt-Q. Now we have subdivisions on the eyes, which we have to increase. Now I will increase them to 4 and apply them. We have to increase and apply those subdivisions, otherwise we will not have enough polygons to work with. And in this case, what we are doing, our color is a vertex color, which means that each individual polygon is a pixel. If we have less polygons, we will have less pixels and it will be more pixelated. Now it's good and we are good to go. First, what I will do is add a black layer. So I will press Ctrl and add a black layer. It doesn't work because we are not on the right brush. So we go to the brush, which is the paintbrush, and Ctrl add this. We didn't do it because probably we are not on the right eye. So let's see. Yeah, we have to go to the eye, which is the eye we need. So this is the eye we need. Our eye thing will be kinda not exactly round. It will be more like not round. So this doesn't look super bad, as we can see, you know? So we are fine with it for now. Now, I will go and add a color, which is this type of color, which is kind of a brownish, and I will just add it here on the bottom. And a little bit on the top. But on the bottom, I will even add a little bit more, because it's more bright in the bottom. How the eye works is it's more bright on the bottom. And here on the for the middle of the eye, I will add with Ctrl a lot of black, but complete black. So this I can say it will be nice to be complete black. And now the eyes are looking relatively fine. Very scary, but they are okay. Now the eyes themselves, when we make materials, we will make them shiny. But if we don't make materials, for example, we can fake them by selecting this with S, which is the white color, and just placing it like this. Now, this is a little fake we can do for now. We can later fix it if we want, but for now, it's look better with this fake. This is just a white dot there. And I know it looks a little bit ridiculous, but it's a little bit better than without this dot. So now our rabbit, or this rabbit at least, looks relatively nice. Let's make its neck a little bit bigger. So I'm still in sculpt mode, and I will go to the body and try to make the neck bigger, wider, and more supportive. We need the neck to support this huge head, and it needs to be thicker. Yeah, it's a cartoon character, it needs to have small neck, but in this case, it also needs to be pretty huge neck. Otherwise, this head will not be supported at all. I will increase the subdivisions and smooth and move. And in this way, I think we have a relatively nice neck. Maybe we can dial it up a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, we can dial this part a little bit. The top part. Yeah, the neck is strange. We probably had to take the neck from the head itself and pull it down, which would be more appropriate instead of this. But this also works, or it should work. I will see. But it's working, so it's fine. Yeah, we have a good rabbit going on. Now, do we have time? Yeah, we have a little bit of time. Let's go to the weapon. save often. I press Ctrl S now. This is the 16th video. I am on the 16th video. And for the blade itself, we need more polygons, we need to be able to color it, we need a lot more resolution for the blade itself. So what I will do for the blade itself is, let me see if this blade is thick enough. I think it's thick enough. So I will select the blade. Can I select the blade? Press tab and select the blade. Alright, probably it's from this side. No, I cannot select the blade. Okay, I will try in object mode to select everything, and the blade is not selectable. That's very unfortunate. I will select everything, and still, as you can see, the blade cannot be selected. Probably this is, yeah, the plane 004 was the blade, and I don't know why, but it wasn't selectable. Sometimes it's just a bug from Blender, but I saw that this was the only thing that's visible but not selected, so I just selected it. In your case it may not happen, so it's fine. Let me just make sure this has a double edge in here, or let me think. No, we have mirror, so one half of the blade is real, the other one is mirrored. So what I will do is add a modifier, subdivision surface as always, and just increase 3 times the modifier, and then I will go to tab, and we are on that, and press 2 to go to edge select and try to select all the edges that I want to sharpen. And it's very important to select this particular edge at the end in order to sharpen the blade much more. And this also here. And also this one in here. This little one in there. So now let's try Shift E and then drag up to 0.4 or 0.5. And let's see it. It's looking relatively nice. So we have it. Here we don't have a nice edge, but that I will fix by pressing tab, and I will put a support edge in here. Why don't we have a nice edge? Because this edge here is very far away from this. So you will notice now how this is kind of curved in here. If I press Ctrl R and add an edge and pull it closer to the end, you'll notice that everything goes to normal because we now have a supportive edge close to this one. Bear that in mind when you have some similar problems, because this is a common issue. Now I will press tab in here, 3, take this and pull it in so it goes inside like this a little bit. I don't know if it's necessary, but it should be. Now I will go to object mode, select both of those, press tab to go to edit mode, A, select everything and pull them a little bit more up. Because I want this handle to be here. The handle I think is good. Now for this handle, I will go to object mode, then select only the handle, then press tab. Now for this handle I want to be able to subdivide it a couple of times. But first, let's zoom in on the handle and see what's happening. So it has this kind of things, like it's not exactly completely smooth. It has those things. So let's try to do something like this. But first, let's go to this and this polygons. So with Shift I select those polygons while I'm on polygon mode. As you can see on the upper left, I'm on polygon mode and I am polygon select, and I'm selecting those with Shift. So select the first one, Shift select the other one. As I said, in order to select the polygon, usually you need to click closer to the center of the polygon, which is this dot. So I select this one, Shift select the other one, and then press I to scale, to inset, not to scale. I want to inset, not insect, inset, and then I will just move those insets a little bit away from each other with the green stuff here, and then I will inset them again. This is because I want here to have a little bit of a bevel, but whatever. Now I press tab again to go again to the edit mode because I escaped it. And now I will add one edge loop in the middle, and with the scroll wheel I will make sure that this edge loop is a lot of edge loops, not just one, but like a couple of edge loops. Let me try that. So Control R, 1, and then I make it with the, I'm scrolling now with the scroll wheel until I have a lot of them, and then press Control. Then press the left mouse button 2 times. Then I press 3, and then I will try with Shift and double click to select each next poly loop. These are called poly loops, and then I want to extrude them just a little bit. But if I press E and extrude them, you see it's not gonna be the best. So I pressed Alt E, extrude face along normals, and then move my mouse a little bit. And I don't want the big extrusion, just this. Just this should be enough. Just a little extrusion will be enough. And let's add our subdivision surface modifier, increase it, and let's see it. Yeah, this should work. When we color it a little bit blackish, it should be a good handle. And this thing here, again, I press tab. Let's see, we don't have a plane in here. So what I will do is, since I'm on edit mode, because I pressed tab, I will double click here. But since I'm on poly mode, nothing will happen. So I'll press 2 to go to edge select mode. I will select this edge loop by double clicking on it. And then I press F. And it will make me a polygon. Then I will press 3. And then I will select this polygon. Now this polygon is selected. I'll press I to inset. And I will inset it. And now I'll press Ctrl R here. And just one click. Then move this, and then another click to accept it, and I think we'll be ready for our subdivision surface modifier. 2 times. Should be okay. Okay, now I will select this, go to sculpt mode, select the paint, and just drag with Control 2 times, then select this color that's here, and color everything in the same color. This color is not exactly black, as you can see, it's kind of gray. So it's fine. Now we have it, it's very cool. Now let's color the sword itself, the blade. So for the blade, what I'm thinking is I will increase the subdivisions once. Let me see it exactly how it looks. Okay, I will increase the subdivision once. And then I will apply the subdivisions and I will apply the mirror. So I applied all the modifiers and now I have this. This will not be enough for me to color it very nicely, but let's try it. And if it doesn't work, I have another trick in my sleeve. So I go to sculpt mode with Control tab down, and then I will try to color it with this kind of a little bit more bluish color, like this. So I will color it like this, but maybe this color will be fine. Yeah, just like that. The blade we will color it white later. It's not a big issue. And now here I want a little bit darker things, so I will Control drag. It's too dark probably, but let's try it. Okay. Some of them should be thinner, so I will make my brush thinner and make it thin. The other ones should be thick. Okay, this I think will be better. They shouldn't be that different. And now I will select this, which is the white color, and just drag around like that. That should work, by the way. Although I didn't have symmetry, so I will do it again. I will select this color and drag it here, here, this, and here a little bit. Now it's on both sides, at least it should be. And on the bottom I will just drag like this. It's not very nice because here we have not too many polygons. That's why it's looking a little bit jagged. It's not the worst. I think it could work, but if we want to make it better, we need to control Shift R, make sure we have a lot of small polygons, so 0.01, and Control R. And now we can go ahead with S, much cleaner. We can do it. Yes. So we're doing it. The thing is that we have symmetry now, so it should work better because we have symmetry. And all those jagged edges will be in the past, which is great. And we like it. Yeah, you can do it exactly like the concept. If you want, you can do it a little bit on your behalf, how you want it, how you like it. It's up to you. It's just personal opinion or personal stuff. Nobody will make you do anything. Everybody can have their artistic soul, like, you know, stuff. It's pretty cool. Alright, I kind of like it. It's not bad. And the overall sword is ready for us. So let's see if we have some modifiers. We have subdivision modifier here, which is okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's cool. We can have this subdivision modifier. It's not a problem. Here we have subdivision modifier too. But overall, we can take the sword and we can put it behind our character. Like this. I'm moving it in object mode, as I told you shouldn't do, but in this case it's not a big issue. Of course, the only thing I need to do is go to here, to this tool stuff. What is called? This is called active tool and workspace settings. Go to origins and move the origin around the handle. So then when I go and disable the origins, I can move and rotate this much easier. So let's see how big it should be and where it should stay, this sword. He should be able to grab it, and this big, I think it's good enough, although I would like it to be bigger, but let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. And let's see it from the front. So I press the button above the tab, go to the front, and then from here I can put the most bottom part of the blade very close to the floor. And this, I think, is a good position for our, let's not press tab, but this is a good position for our blade, and then he could catch it. Maybe we could even select it again and pull it a little bit forward like this, but it shouldn't interfere with his legs. Definitely it should be behind him, but overall looks very cool for now. So yeah, for this video we have ended, and in the next video we might need to do a little bit of posing. Maybe the arms, the hands themselves, now I see, in order to grab the handle, maybe the hand itself should be a little bit bigger, but we'll see. It's not exactly a huge issue. So let's see you in the next video, of course.